the full power and the secret of the pen, education and upbringing, spirit and destiny, the greatness of a nation, the cradle of wisdom, name of origin, the piece of world culture is Kazakh.
Bolat and Ainur are sweet lovers who have big dreams. After having studied abroad, the young couple are planning to go to work to develop their country. Bolat was hurrying to meet Ainur with his parents. Ainur believed in her love for him and was ready to sail with him for her whole life. But the love song soured and suddenly stopped. The two strings of the dumbra were, figuratively speaking, broken. Their dreams couldn't come true. A beautiful silhouette of the two lovers were suddenly turned into stone.
Ерекше жұмыстары мына ескерткіш мүсін. Соның арасында мына таразда қашықтар деген ескерткіш тараздың тап ортасында қойылған мүсін.
His special works are sculptures. One of them is a monument called Loved Couples in the center of Taraz. The subject are two young couples who studied in the Balashak program. They were flying home when suddenly the plane they were on crashed, and tragically they both were killed. This is a monument devoted to them called Loved Couples. It has a deep meaning which includes their love and demonstrates an example for all of young people.
Жастарға әсіресе сондай көрініс.
The political leaders of the Jambul region decided to erect a monument for the loved couples. The sculptor Kadirkhan Kakimov honored their request to convey the image of the lovers. Of course, their father and mother didn't want to believe that they lost their own son. Bolat's dad couldn't believe it for a long time that he lost his son. The two silhouettes, like two wings of a goose, are likely to become a whole person. The idea came to the author of the sculptor from the father of these lovers. He was thinking a lot about the plot and the composition of the work.
Ескерткіштің идеясының өзі автор болғаннан кейін балам түрі ұқсас екен.
As I was the author of the idea, I wanted my son and my daughter-in-law to show a resemblance. But I explained everything to them in detail. We should erect a monument for the tragic love. If the portrait looks like them, the main idea will stay behind. Then he got my idea and he supported it. I wanted an artwork which could communicate tragic love. Everyone who sees it is pleased with it.
Қысқасы, батпақтан үлкен размерінде жасағанда келіп өздері қабылдап, ризашылықтарын білдіріп, әйтеу негізгі мен айтқаным сол болашаққа осындай қайғылы махаббат болған, қайғылы не болған дегендей бір өнер несі туындысы болса екен деп. Көрген адамдар бәрі ризашылығын білдірді.
Kadirkhan Kakimov graduated from the Almaty College of Art in 1971. He continued his education in the Moscow Surikov Institute. After returning to his motherland, he engaged in creative works. He has taught in the college named after Tansikbayev for a long time. Today, he has plenty of students who are working in Kazakh sculpture.
Мүсін деген білеміз, өте қиын еңбек. Материалды алсақ, қола, ағаш, тас, содан қашап жасаған жұмыстар өте көп. 1989 жылы Азербайджанның астанасында.
Sculpture is one of the most difficult works. He has many works made of bronze, wood, and stone. In 1989, biennals of sculpture took place in the capital of Azerbaijan in Baku. He won several silver medals in the Republic sculpture exhibitions. There were several sculptures devoted to our warriors, the Batyrs, and scientists in the exhibition. Among them was Al-Farabi and Kazakhsha Koris, devoted to the Kazakh national sport.
Батырлар, соған арналған жұмыстары бар. Оның арасында Аль-Фараби, сонан кейін тағы да біздің қазақ ұлттық спорт өнеріне арналған жұмыстары бар. Қазақша күрес деген тағы да.
The two fighters are defying one another. You're thrilled when you think of which one of them will be put onto the floor. This is a demonstration of their methods and their tricks. It is likely that one of the fighters will beat the second one. Will the second fighter be the one to fall down and surprise his opponent? The sculpture is like a picture of the struggle of life, which is truly endless.
Менің өзім туып өскен жерім Шығыс Қазақстан, оның ішінде Ұлан ауданында біздің ауылдың табиғаты мына білмейтін адамдарға мына Көкшетаудың мына оқ жетпес дейді ғой, соны көбі бәрі біледі ғой.
I was born and raised in East Kazakhstan. The nature of the village Ulan is better than the nature of the Akjetpes in Kokshetau. The high mountains and hills are so beautiful. The stones are like a sculpture in themselves. In childhood, I found these similarities. If one looked like a Batyr warrior, the second one was like an animal, and the third one showed like a horse. Perhaps I became a sculptor because I grew up among the beautiful nature. Kadirkhan Kakimov is a master who learned the philosophy of the steppe. He is likely to continue his ancient Turkic steppe traditions, which lasted from the Altai to the Dunai. He erected a monument for Beibarys Sultan on Atyrau, Oralkhan Bokei, and Kurshimde Barak in the East Kazakhstan region. He is a person who can feel the art of the sculpture and bring depth to the work. He mastered his skills with these people.
Адамның образын жасағанда айталық дегенде шынында өмірде ол кісі былай қиқар болған, мінезі ауыр, сондай не адамдармен жақындаспайды.
When you make a sculpture of someone, you have to get to know them. Sometimes you hear that they are whimsical or unsociable. The same situation can take place in your work. Nothing comes into your mind and it torments people. And then there are some images which can be made almost immediately. One of the easiest works for him was the image of the academic Omirbek Zhobezbekov. It is very important to be skillful in the description of the image of a public figure. He had to talk to the friends and relatives of the hero, and the image of the public figure was the broad forehead and straight nose, and his mood was exactly as described.
Бұл кісі баяғы лекция, тыңдаушылар алдында сөйлеп тұрған кезі, сондай бір ойға шомып дегендей негізі қойған мақсат сол болатын. Сол бойынша шыққан.
This sculpture shows a scene when he is lecturing to an audience. He's thinking of something, and the key goal was to describe him in his deep thoughts. So it is the work which was born on this basis. I met and spoke to the different members of his family about erecting the monument. His sons and daughters were very glad to hear about it, and they supported me. They said that their dad's image was found in it. His friends and colleagues also agreed and expressed their thanks when they came to the opening ceremony of the monument. Kadirkhan Kakimov's peers took examples from Greek and Western sculptors of their time. But at that time, the young sculptor didn't want to depend on someone else's ideology, and he continued in his own way and in the national direction. Nowadays, Kadirkhan Kakimov's creative works are a great school for young sculptors, because he is a man who has touched the Altai mountains. He has drawn energy from the Tarbagatai mountains, and he's also drank water from the local streams.